Hey, this is Matt with St. Bonaventure University Cyber 501 Week 2 Lab 2.4. We're going to be comparing Nmap scripts and OpenVAS to conduct some targeted scans against our host. So, we'll start with the Nmap scripts against my CentOS VM here at home. I ran the vuln script detection against it, and also kind of the default scripts against it, two different methods. We uncovered a few interesting things, such as this potentially interesting folder with a directory listing. I tried to do some cross-site scripting. It also discovered that trace is enabled on the web server. Data that we've seen before, there's MySQL database, and we also found that the site doesn't have a title, and the site supported methods are get, head, post, options, and trace. So it is a development web server, so I do use it in that way. And we also have a SSH host key kind of typed out here. So this was the Nmap scan for vulnerabilities using scripts. And that took about 3.5 minutes. And as you can see, we have a meg and half a meg of data transmission for the bandwidth usage. It's not too bad. It doesn't give us a ton of information on real vulnerabilities. So we switch over to OpenVAS, where I did a scan here, and this scan took 15 minutes, a little over 15 minutes. And let's pull up the results, and also I'll show my traffic stats. I got about 45 meg up and down, so we used up a lot of bandwidth doing this scan in time. But it did show us a whole lot more. We found out the TCPS timestamps were set up in such a way that you could basically get the uptime of the server, and also the trace track enabled, which we found from Nmap. But this also tells you why. If you take a look at this a little closer, you can say, hey, this web server has this enabled. Why is that important? And it gives you the impact statement that an attacker may use this flaw to trick your users to giving them credentials, right? And some CVE references to that. So the wealth of data that you get from your scans and results here, from a security perspective, allows you to fix it. From an attacker's perspective, we allow you to understand the way to get into the site. We've got ourselves a score of 5.8. So you see there's some other low and log reports here. And I'm just learning this interface, so bear with me. There. Here's the weak encryption algorithms on SSH. That is the other one I found. So you might want to upgrade that as well. The real lesson I learned here was earlier in the day, and I'll swap over to a video in a minute, where I used these methods against my production web server hosted in the cloud with my personal blog running Linux Firewall D, and failed to ban. And I promptly got myself banned from my own website. So the intrusion detection system kicked in and said, hey, something's going on. This might be an attacker. I'm going to block it. So you also have to take that into consideration when using vulnerability scans in this way. But if you were to whitelist yourself, you could use this as a great way to find out what you need to do to harden your machine. I was doing the vuln scan on my own personal website, which is hosted on a VPS in the cloud, and I went through that, and then I went to do the Nmap script for DOS attack testing while I was loading OpenVAS, and I went and did something. Forgot I had failed to ban running, and I banned myself.
Aha, noob!
Oh, jeez. Anyways, so as you can see, I went and got myself banned from my own website. So I'm going to reset some things, and I'm going to come back and try this lab again. So let that be a lesson if you try doing some vulnerability scanning against a production server with intrusion prevention, like fail to ban, like on my personal blog. You will get yourself promptly banned from it, as well as being called a noob by an 8-year-old.